So what's on the menu? I'll tell you what's on the menu. Some pork belly, some bison, and some smoke, because we're going to be making a smoked pork belly bison burger. Let me tell you, this is going to be one good burger, but we're actually going to make the burger and smoke the pork belly tomorrow. Today we've got to get our pork belly ready, and so we're going to make a terrific rub that's going to go on it after we slice it, and then it's going to spend the night in the refrigerator just absorbing all those flavors. So let's get this rub ready. So we're starting with 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, 1 tablespoon of cracked black pepper, and 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Just pick your favorite chili powder. I'm using a California chili powder today. Gonna get our lid on, shake it up. There we go. Let's get our pork belly out here, slice it up, and get this rub on it. So what we have here is a little over a 3-pound slab of pork belly. If you're not familiar with what pork belly is, this is where bacon comes from. Sliced this way, that gives you bacon. We're also going to be slicing it this way, but we're going to be going very thick. We're not going bacon-sized pieces. Now also, this is not all going to be used for the bison burger. I'm going to use some of this for something else, but we're going to treat it all the same, get that great rub on it. So let's go ahead and start slicing this up. First thing I want to do is I want to cut it right down the center here to create 2 sections so I can have shorter pieces of pork belly when we smoke them up. So right here. We're going to take this guy and slice him up first. And all we're going to do is we're going to go probably maybe a 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch thick here. Just about that thickness. You can see it just looks like a massively thick piece of bacon. This piece is going to be a little thicker, but that's fine. Get our second piece sliced up here. And this is pork belly that has had the skin removed, so I don't need to trim the skin off. If you get it with skin and you want to use that skin, make some great chicharrones. And there we go, a nice pile of pork belly planks. Let's go ahead and get these seasoned up. So here I've got some of the pieces of pork belly, and all we're going to do is give these a light dusting of our rub. Doesn't need a lot, because they are going to be going in the refrigerator in a Ziploc bag with all the other pieces of pork belly, and they're going to be rubbing up against each other. There's going to be plenty of flavor. Flip it over, get this side, let's tip it this way, get the top. I tend not to put a lot of rub on that fat side, that back side of the pork belly. It'll get enough just kind of rubbing off from the other pieces. I'm going to concern myself with these pieces. All right, that's good. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of my pork belly pieces rubbed up. Then they're going to go in a Ziploc bag in the refrigerator overnight. And I'll see you back here tomorrow when we smoke these up and that bison burger on the pit barrel cooker. All right, so the PBC is ready on this rainy day. Let's go ahead and get our pork belly on. Let's arrange these a little bit. Go ahead and get our hanging rods in here. They are part of the venting system. Let's get our lid on and get smoking. So we're smoking in the rain today here on the PBC. Now, a lot of people always ask, well, what temperature are you setting it at? What are your vent settings? The great thing about the PBC is generally you don't have to do anything. You set the vent, the lower vent, for your altitude. Mine is about 1/4 open for my altitude. You put the hanging rods in, and that's it. It runs between 275 and 300 the entire time. It's a really reliable system for those temperatures. So for this pork belly today, it's going to take somewhere between 2 and 4 hours, I'm guessing. We're gonna turn those pieces after about an hour, and then we'll check them again after 2 hours. We'll just start to determine the tenderness. With the rain today, the moisture in the air, it's a little bit windy. That could affect the cooking times a bit, so we're just gonna have to play with it. And then once our pork belly is done, we're gonna reconfigure the PBC a little bit, and we're going to grill up our bison burger for this. So I'll see you back here in about an hour. All right, we've been going for about an hour. Let's check this pork belly and give it a turn. Great smell coming off this. I want to move my rods a little bit here to have some better access. Just gonna start turning these pieces over. If I didn't mention it earlier, it's hickory wood that we're using today in here. Let's get our hanging rods back in. Let's get our lid on, keep smoking. We'll check them again in about an hour. All right, we've been going for 2 hours. Let's have a look at these pieces of pork belly. A lot of smoke, I don't know if you can see everything, but man, these smell good. What I want to do here is just get some temperatures on these. That one's showing 180. Yeah, we're all very good, we're in the 180s. What I want to do now is I'm going to take these, put them in a foil pan with some barbecue sauce, seal it tightly, get it back on there for at least another hour. So let me get these rods out of the way. Let's get our pork belly into the pan. A little bit tight quarters here today because of the rain. Now look at those nice colors on there. So I'm just going to take some plain old barbecue sauce here. This is a store brand. You can pick your own, so use your favorite. I'm going to put maybe half a cup in here. I'm just going to get in here, mix it up. Get everybody coated. And we're going to cover it up with foil. We're not double wrapping it today, just single wrapping. Let's get it back on the PBC. Get our hanging rods back in. Get our lid back on. I think in about an hour our pork belly is going to be done and we can move on to making our bison burger. So our pork belly is just about finished out on the pit barrel cooker. It's time to get our bison burger ready and a sauce that's going to go with it. So we're going to be making a garlic Tabasco sauce. We're starting with just a heaping tablespoon of mayonnaise, and to this we're going to add a teaspoon of minced garlic. I'm also going to add about a teaspoon of Tabasco sauce. If you don't like Tabasco, leave it out or add your favorite hot sauce. Dial it down if you don't want it as hot. Kick it up if you want more. Just going to mix this up. Very garlicky and Tabasco-y. I also want to add just a pinch of dried parsley flakes. Take a little taste. Oh, that's good. That's going to go perfect on this burger. Now let's make our bison burger. So I have just a little over a pound of freshly ground bison here. You can see how lean that is. That's why that pork belly on top is going to be great. A lot of fat in there. So I'm going to portion this out to 3 burgers. And I'm just going to hand form these today. And I'm only going to be cooking up 1 right now. A couple are going to be used for something else later. Just about like that. Want to go ahead and hit this with some kosher salt and some cracked black pepper. This is a 50-50 mixture of that. Get some good seasoning on there. Get both sides. All right, that is ready. I'm going to get the other burgers put together and in the refrigerator, and then we're going to head out to the pit barrel cooker and check on our pork belly so we can cook up this bison burger. All right, our pork belly's been going for an hour in the foil pan, 3 hours total. It's time to get it off of here. So you're probably saying, aren't you going to check it and make sure it's tender and done? When I checked the temperature after 2 hours, it was already in the 180s. Another hour in here with the sauce, it's done. So we're going to take this inside. It's going to sit aside while we get the pit barrel cooker ready to cook up our burger. All right, to get this ready for my burger, I need to temporarily remove my grill grate. And I want to add some lump charcoal to the mix down here. This will burn hotter than those briquettes. Move our stick of hickory around here. I'm also going to add a second stick of hickory. We're going to get our grill grate back on. We're going to let this catch, do some direct grilling here. You got to get the heat up because there's a pretty good distance between the coals and the cooking grate. So want to give this a quick brush down. While we're waiting for this to come totally up to temperature, I'm going to use some of this heat to toast my bun a bit. Just a little bit. Made a little inside PVC burger flipper here that fits in. See how that works today. That's looking good. Move this guy over there, a little bit hotter spot. Yep, we're good. All right, let's get our bison burger on. I like to cook my bison burgers somewhere around 150, 155. All right, we're gonna go ahead, give our burger a turn here. And we're gonna put the lid on for a few minutes to start bringing that temp up inside the burger. We're not putting the hanging rods in because we do want it to be a little bit hotter. We want some of that air flow through those vents. All right, it's been a few minutes. Let's go ahead and give our bison burger a turn. Ah, looking good. All right, let's get our lid back on, and in about 3 minutes, we'll check it for temp. All right, it's time to check the temperature of this bison burger. We're looking like 130 degrees, so I'm guessing probably another 5 or 6 minutes. All right, it's been another 5 minutes. Let's check our temp. Oh, 157, overshot it by a couple degrees. All right, we're gonna get this off, get it inside, and build our pork belly bison burger. All right, so our bottom bun is waiting. I wanna put just a nice little piece of lettuce on there, give us a little bit of a base. We're gonna put our bison burger on this. Nice color on that. I wanna put a little bit of our garlic Tabasco sauce on here before we put on our pork belly. Just a little bit. And now for the pork belly. And that's what it looks like, topped with that delicious looking pork belly. In fact, I'm gonna cheat here and I'm gonna have a taste of another piece. Let's see. Oh my God. That is like a bacon grenade going off in my mouth. Wow, that turned out good. I think maybe just another tiny little drizzle of our sauce on top here. Got the top of our bun to crown this. Now it's time to taste. All right, so I took my apron off, but I probably should have put a bib on because this thing is just dripping juice here. I almost thought about cutting it in half, you know, to show the inside and everything, but literally this would just be a juice-a-lanch everywhere. I wouldn't be able to contain it. So here goes, full on bite. Oh my God. Whoa. I'm a big fan of bison burgers. This pork belly takes it to another level. Sweet porky goodness. And things like pork belly work so well with bison because bison is a relatively lean meat when you make burgers with it. Not a lot of fat in it. You can put fat into it, some leftover fat from if you're trimming up a brisket or a chuck roast or something like that. You could even grind up some pork belly and put it in there. Oh, maybe I should have done, oh, no, next time. This is insane. Now bison, you can add a lot more flavors to if you want when you're mixing up the meat, but honestly, I like it with just salt and pepper. Has such a nice flavor to it. You could eat this burger on its own without the pork belly. It would be terrific, but honestly, come on. If you're doing pork belly and you got bison and you're making a bison burger, put them together. So maybe you've smoked pork belly before, maybe you've made a bison burger. Let me tell you, the next time you want to do either of those, try doing them both. This is literally top 3 burgers I've ever had that I've made. Holy moly.